while since you felt like this. Been a while since you felt like this. Been a while since you felt like this. There must be something wrong. I guess I felt.
Hello everyone, welcome to Gdansk, Poland, just a city around 500,000 on the north coast of Poland on the Baltic Sea. So beautiful. Mark Hanratty will be joining us from his studio in Nottingham. Now here on day one, this is the second event, the pair short program coming up in just a few moments. This is the last pair event of the Junior Grand Prix season, so every single point counts towards the Junior Grand Prix final. And of course, after this event, we'll know the top 6 pairs that will go on to Grenoble at the Junior Grand Prix final. Now the favorites coming into this event, Jiwan Zhang and Yihan Wang from China, who won convincingly in Riga, and Julia Quattrocchi and Simon and Desmarais from Canada, they won the bronze medal in Ostrava. However, the podium is really, truly wide open. 17 entries from 12 nations. The pair show program begins right now. Welcome everyone to Gdansk as we fly over the old town and this old building here, built in the 70s, an old Soviet building, and still hosting many ISU events, short track, and of course figure skating here. I'm Ted Barton along with Mark Hanratty joining us from Nottingham. Mark, pairs program, we finished the women's. We're on event number 2 with the pairs.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how things will transpire, and especially knowing the implications upon the Junior Grand Prix final, and also the fact that we have 5 groups, making this the biggest pair event that we've had for sure.
The question is, we take a look at the officials for this event. We thank them for all the time that they have spent, and not only here, but in their careers. They leave home and work and take days off to come and officiate at these events, and we owe them a great gratitude for the time that they spent in their life and here at this event as well. As we take a look at the start order for group number 1 in the pairs short program. Mark, do we have any questions coming in?
Let me cast my eyes back as to those that were still submitted from the previous events. We've just enjoyed watching the women's short program with the unsurprising winner Mao Shimada, and during that time the International Skating Union posted on their social media page asking for any questions that you may have. We would love to hear from those that are viewing as to where you're viewing from, why you're viewing, and perhaps even during the women's short program we suggested that we hear who some of your favorite skaters are. And on the back of that, we did get a couple more questions coming in, or sorry, answers. Somebody suggesting that they were really enjoying Ida Karonen, who impressed them especially with the development of her axel technique. So that sounds like somebody that's viewing that's got a real awareness of the skating and the skater. And then somebody else suggesting that their favorite junior is Yihan Wang. I love her energy and determination. She's the winner of the event in Bangkok, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
But then beyond those questions, I think there's just interest a little bit as to when we will hear from Ilya Malinin, because obviously getting a chance to access the world champion and his ideas is a huge coup that I'm proud to say Ted managed to snare yesterday.
Yeah, that was really fun speaking. He just got off the ice and he did it on his phone probably in the cafeteria of the rig that he was training at. But you know, you really got the natural Ilya, and I've known him. He was in the Junior Grand Prix for, he's thought 2-3 years, but I thought it was 2 years. But and so him and his mom and dad as well. So, you know, we had a really good chat, and I asked him about his junior career and the seniors and how his life has changed, and some of the suggestions that he recommends to juniors what to do with this period of time on the Junior Grand Prix. So he spoke very fondly of this series and all that he had learned about himself and about skating. And so tune in for that. I'm not sure when that will be done. I would think that it's got to be edited yet, and I would think that that might be next week, could be in Wuxi as well. So it all depends. So not sure. But anyways, we've done it, and it'll play. And you'll see it on the ISU website as well, I believe, and there'll be excerpts probably on social media as well. Yeah, there you go.
And how wonderful that this year that the team have been so keen for us to enjoy chatting to other former skating celebrated skaters. Obviously everybody on this level of competition is a great skater, but chance to chat with Ilya. You chatted with Ilya's parents, and I was delighted to have the chance to speak with Carolina Kostner yesterday, the former world champion from Italy, and just it gives so much more gravitas to anything that you and I say, Ted, when you hear somebody like a Carolina say it, or you know, a Caitlin Osmond, who's a world champion as well, or a Kirsten Murtars, who's such a successful athlete. Because then, you know, whilst we've devoted our lives to it, I think for the juniors to hear that somebody that's been the very best in the world suggests the importance of your health, or the importance of working really hard, because that was the thing that Carolina was very keen to express, was the choice to go over and above and beyond. And she was even very, I mean, she was fascinating to talk to, but she acknowledged that while she adores skating and she's delighted to have had the career that she's had, choices were made, and she had to make decisions regarding going out to socialize or training for longer or resting. And so it was just, we're so privileged to get the chance to chat to these experts.
And I think that some of the comments had sort of validated some of our thoughts as well. I mean, we know the sport and we work with skaters and whatnot, but just to hear it from the skaters as to their perception when they were juniors and their perception and understanding now as seniors and past skaters as well. So, you know, it's an interesting journey, and the road is not paved without the odd pothole along the way, or sometimes big potholes, right? So getting their perception of how to deal with that was really valuable, I think.
And you know, for a skater like Carolina, who's retired from amateur competition now, and certainly for me too, the potholes tended to be the best opportunities.
Oh, they are. They always are. They're just awkward when you drop into them, right? So, or not very pleasant when you drop into them. But down the road,
have to try and clamber out.
Yeah, you start to recognize, wow, this is smooth sailing now. Well, it was because of the pothole, right? So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's sort of interesting, and it was just great to have the guest commentators and these interviews, and for them to want, this is the key word, to want to spend time out of their busy schedules to give back to the Junior Grand Prix is a huge credit to the ISU and all that they have done to make this a very valid and valuable resource for young skaters. So we thank Jason Brown, Caitlin Osmond, Kathy Reed, Tatiana and Roman, Melina and Ilya and Carolina, and I think we're going to have Chalk and Bates in Ljubljana, and we've got Sarah Hurtado coming the next day on Saturday. So we thank them all for their time and their interests and their commitment, not only to the sport as a senior, but looking back and trying to help these juniors as well. So thank you for all of that. Here we go, Mark, group number 1 out of 5 in pairs. We haven't had that this season. That's exciting.
And so, opening the second competition of the day, the pairs short program, Noemi Rolland and Etienne Lacasse represented Canada. This is their second year together, their Junior Grand Prix debut, and already looking comfortable and confident, assuming their start position. Well, great way to start the short program at this Junior Grand Prix from Noemi, Rolland and Etienne Lacasse. Team that are in their second year together, first Junior Grand Prix, but skaters both still competing in singles, but they come from a wonderful training location, and I imagine that certainly the potential that they showcase as a pair team will see them find this their future in the sport, I suspect.
As we see the Captain Canada outfits broken out of the suitcase and donning on the teammates. Let's take a look at some of the elements. This is a good start for this team, you know, first out and new to this. Watch the throw, triple salchow. You'll see a 2-foot landing here. Watch both feet touch the ice at the same time. Of course, that's a required reduction in the base values of the GOE. That'll go down the quality. Here's the Group 5 reverse lift. So difficult going up because the girl is blind and having to go into that backward, but carries some pretty good flow through here for Etienne. The odd little snow, you can see the toe picks scratching a little bit on the ice there. Want to have a nice smooth, but it was a nice safe lift. It is in at a level 4 with a plus GOE, so that's good. Just some refinement, and here's the double axles. Let's just take a look at this. I'm not sure what happened here. Huh? Get the free leg off the ice. Oh, she fought so hard to do that. It was awesome.
That's some quad strength.
That is determination. This is one of the elements we don't often show, and I wanted to show this because this is a very difficult element, let alone your own spin. But to get it matched in sync with your partner is so difficult. You can see them looking at each other, and one's calling it when the change of foot comes, and if one's a little faster or a little slower, one has to adjust their speed. You can adjust that by pulling your free leg and arms in tighter, or you can open it up and slow it down a little bit. But it's ever so difficult to keep the unison in that. And they did a pretty good job, particularly through the first half of that spin, Mark.
Yeah, and we're speaking about the side-by-side combo spin, level 4 for Noemi and Etienne, but the lack of synchronicity, which is so common, forcing a negative GOE, but even the best seniors in the world, I think that the element of all 7 in the short program most likely to suffer the negative GOE across all pair teams.
Yeah, let's take a look at the short program scores for Noemi and Etienne. 47.29 first team out. They look pretty happy with that. Yvonne Desjardins and Stephanie Bellois in the kiss and cry. They have such a good school, not just pair school, they have a single school, and they're all about the quality of the people and the quality of the experience.
As we see now, Leah Ackermann and Tobias Arms taking to the ice. They were 12th in Ostrava at their first Junior Grand Prix event of this season. They will skate to Singing in the Rain and Putting on the Ritz with a split trip twist as the opening planned element.
What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark out of mine. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain. I will smile on my face. I'll run down with a happy refrain. Just singing, singing in the rain. Dancing in the rain.
On their famous thoroughfare, with their noses in the air, high hats and narrow collars, white spats and $15, spending every dime on a wonderful whole time. If you're blue, you don't know where to go to. Why don't you go where Holland flips? Putting on the Ritz. Spangled gowns on the bevy of high brows down the levee on this fence. Putting on the Ritz. And that's where each and every little bell goes. Every Thursday evening with her swells. Rubbing elbows down with me in the tent. Jubilee, see them spend their last 2 bits. Putting on the Ritz.
Ackermann and Harms,
Ackermann and Harms, a team that I thought were showcasing so much more togetherness and such much better components in this than any time that I have seen them before. An improvement significant already since Ostrava. Just a shame there that Tabaya had the fall on the double flip, because otherwise this would have been easily a personal best for Aliyah and Tabaya.
Yeah, kind of a surprise fall in a way, and that just slipping off the front of the blade and sliding a little bit on his stomach across the ice, and that was just sort of awkward. But it got right back into the program, so that was good. There's the twist, the triple twist in at level 1. We just caught the end of the lift there. I think I'm pushing my buttons too excited or something that messed up a little bit. There's the back outside Desmarais. This is in at a level 1 as well, so that's good. It's just above the base, and that back outside is a difficult Desmarais. There's the throw triple Salchow. Here's that fall. I did get it actually. And a little awkward. There it is one more time. It is awkward to get up off the ice, and you lose time, and you're chasing the music a little bit, and you know, just a little bit strange on that. But you're right. They're skating more as a team. They got really good basics. It's just time, and it's repetition.
Yeah, and just the togetherness. They have been together for a few seasons now, but the togetherness and the unitedness seemed really evident here, and I think it's so hard. This is the first, obviously, of the pairs, the dance events this weekend for us to watch, and we've talked about the connection between the teams. I just think it's great to see this team seeming increasingly united.
Short program scores season best at 40.45, and he's probably wondering for it with the flip, what would it have been? And that'll put him currently into second place. So some progress made in regards to the score. I want to move forward in this season with some clean short programs. Although it wasn't bad at all, he can do that double flip in his sleep, so that was just an odd sort of mistake.
Next skate representing Italy, Merrone and Alberto Tommasi.
Now, to a team new to the Junior Grand Prix, but a fascinating story. Alberto Tommasi and his partner Melissa Merrone. Alberto was a silver medalist at the European Championships in 2018 in pairs roller skating. Now competing on the Junior Grand Prix as a figure skater.
I'm crazy, I know I am. I won't disagree, I know where I stand. I'm Mr. Maybe, always so hasty. Got no master plan. I know you know me, I know you too. And I hate that I love you. Hold me, just control me. Like you hold me, I hate that I love you. time won't change me, and you know it's true. Gotta change all my ways according to you. I think we're special, special, but I still get the blues. I know you love me, yeah I do too, and I hate that I love you.
Melissa Merrone and Alberto Tommasi
Melissa Merrone
complete their shot program.
No, Mark, that's
As
quite
I touched on before.
that's quite it's quite amazing when you talked about the roller skating. You know, fill us in a little bit more on that.
Well, Alberto had explained, I'd seen on his Instagram that he was a successful roller skater, and he then went on to explain to me that he switched to figure skating because this, unlike roller skating, is an Olympic sport. And he said that after COVID and all that COVID entailed, he needed more motivation. And I think, you know, pair skating necessarily is so deep in its talent as we look at the split twist now. But you have to assume then for the motivation, Milano Cortina Games, there are so many factors that may be seeping into that motivation. And certainly he's acknowledged that long term, obviously, he must want to be an Olympian to made the switch from being a silver medalist at European Championships in roller pairs to now competing at Junior Grand Prix as we see the push up into the lift.
Well, if you didn't tell me that, if you didn't say that, I wouldn't have thought that he was a roller skater because he's made a great transition. That double axel was huge.
Yeah, and
maybe just a little awkward there, hitting the toe pick, yeah.
And he follows in the footsteps of Matteo Garese, who himself was a former roller skater also, and another Italian, so he's got a great role model in Matteo to see that. It was interesting, I was just touching base with you, Ted, there during the performance, that I could see, having worked with some roller skaters, some of the stylistic slight differences, so many similarities, but the crossover is a little bit different, and you can see that. But Alberto now, he's been a medalist at European Championships. He's been supremely successful in a different field, and that might make that more challenging now to find himself not as competitive right now. But
and how long,
perhaps also adds the motivation he wanted.
How long did you say he has transitioned now to skating, figure skating?
Well, he said he was a European medalist in 2018 in pairs roller, and then it was after COVID that he made the switch to...
So not long. Not long.
No.
I mean, the basics are there. There's no question of that. But, you know, the difference in the feel of the roller versus the ice skating blade, be interested to talk to him about that because I can't imagine, you know, and of course you fall on the floor, you just sort of stick. You fall on the ice, you kind of slide. So there's a lot of differences in there, and that's quite remarkable. He's probably he is a little disappointed, but, you know, I thought he did a great job, and the basics of the pair team is very solid.
Yeah, he should go to Brazil, because we were talking last week about the Brazilian representative and how popular roller skating is there, and how the figure skating community in Brazil is trying to attract some of that community. Maybe Alberto and Matteo should go and do a summer camp in Brazil and showcase what can be done. Although it sounds like we're trying to steal bodies to take part in our sport.
Not sounds like. You're suggesting it, so there it is.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at the score. 35.83 for Melissa and Alberto, and that'll put them currently into third place. Amazing story, Alberto. That's fantastic. You have such solid basics already, so keep going and keep believing.
They are currently third place.
There you go, 3 in one group. That's short for us. If we take a look at group number 2, the warm-up, there'll be 3 more teams coming out here, and interesting indeed. Any more questions that have come in, Mark?
Yeah, a question has come in. and I'm going to try and paraphrase it slightly.
Okay.
So there's been a comment I saw online which showed frustration perhaps for viewers that see a big disparity and discrepancy in scores when skaters skate cleanly. And so for the viewer that perhaps is less immersed in the system, has read the communications less, then they may see back-to-back performances whereby they all stand up and they all land the jumps and everybody seems pacified with, you know, doing a good job for what they intended. I think, as we have touched on in previous Junior Grand Prix, I think I am somewhat obsessed with understanding some of the communications and trying to understand why the judges give the judges marks, and I can understand why people are frustrated that perhaps it seems like some skaters always get higher scores, so you get this belief that, oh, well, they're always going to get higher, and that's not fair. I think my appreciation for skating skills, and particularly the judges' criteria to what defines skating skills, helps me to understand why results are the way they are. That's not always to say that I agree with the results entirely, but it is always certainly why I can see justification from the results. Well, basically, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole and say that that nation's always going to get first place because it's prejudged. I've seen that. People suggesting, oh, it's basically prejudged. You know, that skater from that federation is always going to come out on top. And for me, it's like, well, no, that's not necessarily the case. That's because fundamentally they've got better skating skills. They have better fundamental technique, but it's less easy to spot fundamental basic technique unless you have lived in the sport and you know intimately, versus they landed the throw, they landed the jumps, or they didn't.
Yeah, it comes out. This is a plus-minus system. So when you start to skate, your basic skating skills determine kind of where you are, because you can recognize that. A skating expert, as the judges are, can recognize those the skating skills. And then if there's a plus, if you have other qualities, you're going to just keep on adding points. And if there's a minus, you're going to subtract points, but you're going to subtract them from your base. And your base is, generally speaking, the overall skating quality. It's not the full base, but it's one of the bases. And so, therefore, it's hard when you see mistakes, falls. People say, well, they fell, so they should lose. And that's not the case, because there's much more to skating than just a fall. You get to reduced. You lose the points for sure on a fall. You get deducted, but it doesn't mean you lose, right? There's so many other aspects of which are not recognizable to sort of the naked eye, if you will, the new audience. Yeah. So that's what makes it so difficult to explain this. One of the things we always talk about skating skills, the depth of edge, the speed and flow across the ice, the ease of movement, all those things to define, wow, that person's just moving across the ice so beautifully and smoothly. Those are that's simply said, but those are the types of skaters that have a probably higher basis to start with. And so if there's a mistake, they may still beat a team, particularly in juniors. It's less in seniors because they're all closer with their skating skills. But in juniors, you have a wider range of those who have just kind of early on probably only have 3 days a week on the ice, and they have a small rink, so therefore they don't skate the same speed and the same flow. So in juniors, you'll see a wider range of basic skating ability than you would in seniors. And so a junior can make a mistake but have a really high level of skating skills and other aspects as well, of course, and still beat a skater who didn't skate, who didn't have a fall. So you're going in your brain as your lips are saying, you're going, okay, now how do you really explain this in a simple way? There is no simple way to explain it. But it's there.
And I think, for me also, in regards to the 3 different scores the judges gave in the second mark, I can comprehend there are occasions when the skating skills of those 3 scores, the score for the skating skills will often be the hook for which the presentation and composition are surrounding. And so if a skater, say Patrick Chan, an absolute master of skating skills, one of the best in regards to his understanding of the blade, he has such epic skating skills that his skating skills component will be in the 9s. his presentation and composition is brilliant, but if he had a really weak program, it will stay within some range of the skating skills component. I think some people struggle when they see somebody who expresses and performs so incredibly well, not get a huge reward for it, but that's because the skating skill is fundamentally so weak. So it's a fascinating discussion, and it's one that people literally spend hours having to research, days, weeks, months, and years, lifetimes, trying to understand.
Yeah, for sure. And I
get quite heated about it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I noticed. And you know, in so much as I trust the system and I trust the judges, it's not perfect, and I don't always 100% agree with, oh, geez, I thought this, I thought that. But that's the way it has always been in the sport. That's the way it will always be. It has just been reduced to that. We are better off with where we are right now. But there are elements of subjectivity here. And, you know, depending on where you sit on the panel and your understanding of what skating skills exactly are. And the judges are really well trained in that. But the viewer may not be, right? And the casual viewer isn't. So, you know, there's going to be some discrepancy as to what you think and what the judges think. But the judging system is what it is. It's applied by the judges based on the rules of which you know. And so we have to trust that. It is what it is. Here we go.
And here now, a huge moment for Rebecca, Richie and Kyle McLeod. Rebecca in her first ever international, new to this discipline, skating to I Feel Like I'm Drowning. Rebecca, Richie and Kyle McLeod, and it's a fascinating story, Ted, that they started skating around the same time, in the same ice rink, with the same coach, but then their paths took different turns. Kyle competed on the Junior Grand Prix as a pair skater previously, now, having known each other for all these years, now they've teamed up and they're sharing these international competition experiences together with her. So new to the discipline, and I think it's really fascinating how they finally found one another for their pursuits.
Yeah, interesting. Double twist with a level 2, so that was good. Here's the double axels. And hard fall, just under-rotated for Rebecca, and she takes the fall off the back of the heel and takes a little bit to get back in there. And it looks like a relatively new team, as you said. Puts the lift up carefully, does the turns, not a lot of flow. You see a little bit of snow, but that's okay. He's just being really careful, and that's what you should be doing if you haven't had a lot of time together yet. Throw, double sock out, hands go forward. And it just looks like they just haven't had enough time to get comfort and confidence. Now this looked on this angle, we're going, whoa, a little close. But they managed to hang on there.
And their coach, or one of the coaching staff, Simon Briggs, he said that he paired them up with no intention of them competing this year, but he said they were ahead of where they assumed, so he felt that the experience of being at the Junior Grand Prix would be good for them. And although they know that mistakes would be made at this event, they still recognise what it represents. And there's David King, another part of the coaching staff. He multiple-time British champion with his wife Stacey Kemp, and he is an Olympian along with Simon and Debbie and so many members of the team.
Yeah, you can't.
To guide these guys.
A great move by Simon and the team to get them out here and gain experience. You just can't get that experience with training at home. There's two types: the hard work at home and the experience gained in competition. And they're here, and that's good. Let's take a look at the short program scores for Rebecca and Kyle. 29.42. That puts them currently to 4th place. No problem at all. Just get on the ice, practice with the other teams, get to know each other a little bit better, both in practice sessions and in competition.
They're currently in 4th place. Przywitajmy reprezentantów Ukrainy.
Well, this team have had just only a little over a month to prepare. Before that, they said there was no ice for 2 months because of lack of ice. Constant shelling meant there was no light, water, and few rinks available all over Ukraine, which they proudly represent. Holichenko and Darenskyi.
Don't you come back.
Sofia Holichenko and Artem Darenskyi competing on the Junior Grand Prix. And if Ted some may question, well, why are they doing Junior Grand Prix? They did the World Championships, they did the European Championships, they were 17th in the Senior World Championships just a few months ago. But hearing from Sofia and hearing her explain that they haven't had an ice rink from which to prepare, they had a few weeks in which to prepare themselves for this. She had new skates, they had to have new programs, all rushed because of the situation in their home country. And so this, hopefully the Junior Grand Prix offers them an opportunity to prepare and represent their nation before moving back to seniors.
Yeah, and getting their feet back. It's only one competition, so they're not really going to qualify for the Junior Grand Prix final, so no harm done. It's all legal. It's not a problem. It's a help for them. They're desperate. Ukrainian skiers are desperate for opportunities. As we see this huge throw triple salchow. You can see the maturity and their basic skating and their strength and experience is at a different level. But they're here for a reason, to get back on the ice and get into competition, so help prepare themselves for the seniors.
And that too then gives the awareness. So when we see the Group 4 lift and we see the speed and ice coverage, or we see the position from Sofia, or even now here seeing the side-by-side spin, the body awareness that this team has, which will force the better grades of execution and the better program component scores, that offers those less experienced than them the opportunity here in Gdansk to learn from it.
I'm kind of jealous of that mustache. I mean, I have one, but you can't see it because it's all gray. You know,
that's quite something too.
That took some time. You'd be a perfect pirate. Absolutely. Let's take a look. Short program score 51.81 for Sofia and Artem, and that puts them clearly into first place. Good that they're here, getting some experience and some practice in competition as they prepare themselves for the rest of the season in a very challenging situation.
On the ice, representing Switzerland, Chiara Michaela Pazienza and Maxime Knorr.
And now to the Swiss pair team, Chiara Michaela Pazienza and Maxime Knorr. Chiara, Michaela, Pazienza and Maxime Knorr, one of 5 teams who are debuting at the Junior Grand Prix in this event. And you can see from that performance, obviously still early in their development, they actually just tried it last spring. Chiara had met up with Maxime 4 years before and asked him to consider pairs back then, but he was so focused on his singles, and only last spring did they make the decision for him to enter into the pairs discipline.
It's so impressed with
As we see the
skaters of Switzerland. Let's take a look at this great split here in the takeoff. And not a clean catch. The right hand touched the shoulder, so that comes in at level 1, but it can start to that twist. Needs a little bit more height, of course. Here's the throw, triple Salchow, 2 feet landing, as we've seen a little earlier with some of the other teams. And here's the group 4 hand-to-hand. You can see struggle going up. But once the elbows are locked, good position by Chiara. And here it comes down. And this is a group 4 lift level 3. So missing one of the features on that. And as we take a look at some of the steps, the back outside Desmarais. Let's see what happens here. Had a difficult entry with a spread eagle by Maxime. And going down, there's the pivot. He's in there. Her head is lower than the knee at this point. It's good, but he falls out of the pivot. And then it has to come up, and that is a back outside Desmarais, no level. Didn't get around 1 revolution. So, yeah, back outside Desmarais, no level.
You just want to check though for Chiara and Maxime, as part of their coaching staff, they have Alyona Savchenko, Olympic champion, and they work with Kristina De Natal and Svetlana Veretenikova. They've got so many great influences, and you just have to assume that the potential for amazing experience representing Switzerland in pairs is great.
Absolutely. 37.01. That's 4th in the short program. When you're surrounded with that type of experience and expertise, it's only a matter of time and dedication and your commitment where that's all going to come together. This is an early start for this team, obviously, and you can see that they're still struggling with a few things here and there, but the basics, well on their way. As we finish group number 2, 3 to come. There's a look at the standings so far after 2 groups. Mark, we have some video playbacks. What's on the list?
Chance now to listen into the interview from the winners in Ankara, Jasmine Desrochers and Kieran Thrasher, and then to the mic'd up series with Elisa Agafanova, who was in her capacity as a coach for the Swiss ice dance team, Gina Zender and Bédélion Sieber. And then the winners in Ostrava in the pairs competition, Zhang and Feng. And finally, a chance to see the fun from Budapest Backstage last year.
Hope you enjoy it. We'll be back right after this. Here in Ankara with the pairs champions from Canada. So proud to say Jasmine Desrochers and Kieran Thrasher with a 159.77. Absolutely outstanding. Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
We feel great. I think I can say for both of us. Amazing. I mean, it's cheesy, but there aren't really any words that can describe like this feeling.
I have to ask you, like, coming into this free program, you were first in your first Junior Grand Prix after the short program and had some challenges in the free and you dropped. And you had the same scenario here, looking like the same scenario, had a little bit of a rough warm-up, but you guys are fighters. How did you turn that around? What made you stronger this time out in the free program?
I think for us, it was just kind of focusing on ourselves, not really worrying about the result. Like, yes, obviously it feels amazing to win, but I think for us, we'd rather have a good skate and maybe not win, but it was good for us. But luckily, we did both here.
Kieran, your warm-ups had some challenges with it, but you're such a fighter in the pressure moment of the program itself. How did you pull that all off?
Well, it's not really about pulling it off, I'd say. Having a tough warm-up, I mean, like it is, it's just to really get warm. It doesn't really technically show anything. But coming from a rough warm-up, it's just, for me at least, it keeps me sharper in the program. I need to know my keywords, I need to know what to do, and then I also just need to trust my training.
You guys have come along so much in the past year. It's so exciting. What do you like most about your partner?
I like her mindset and attitude. Even in trainings, some days, training doesn't go the best, but she never stops giving up. She's always trying her best. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it is what it is. So I'd say that's probably my favorite thing.
Okay, same question for you.
Okay, there's just so many things.
Such a big long list.
Such a long list. I'd say just how calm and put together he is all the time, even if he's not, which he does have a different way of showing it than most. But selfishly, it grounds me because we're very different people. But I would say, yeah, and how he's always there it's always me first. He's always there to protect me and whoever he's helping, and just really, really caring person all the time.
Well, that's teamwork, and that's a partnership, and Mark and I talked a lot about that in this pair event. Incredible. What a wonderful year you've had. You've got going forward to Grenoble. Is there anything you're going to be working on? You have a significant amount of time between now and December. What would you like to improve moving forward, Kieran?
I'd say overall, maybe the throws we could work on, but on top of that, just the program performance. Yes, we had a good program, but you could still see we're a little shaky at some points. So, refining those moments and working on that.
Well, congratulations. You guys are going to the Junior Grand Prix final in Grenoble, France in December. It's going to be special indeed. The champions here in Ankara, Kieran Thrasher, Jasmine DeRoche from Canada.
No, I go to skate. With better twice.
You know the program.
Energy is there, okay? Let people like this transition how I like it, okay? Take the judge with you, that they feel they're in the race, okay? That they really feel they are watching the race. Make sure that, please, don't push so much. Curve enough, start the part, okay? There is your time to breathe. My red team. The nerves are there.
It's fine.
That's also fine.
Yeah.
Did he go home to grab the flag? I said, did you go home to grab the flag? It was half an hour inside.
No, I could find it in my suitcase.
Closer to me, no? Thank you. This lipstick, my mouth is drying out, and then I need to smile. I feel you present. I feel you on the ice. Good. With the ice.
It's slippery, but it's fine.
And bang. Okay. Not so far in the bracket, yeah? Manage the distance there. Yeah. The fox was good. And make those faces smile. Okay? Breathe you in the front. Breathe. Entertain. You can do it. Entertain, okay? I need some extra nerves. I was dead in there with you. You're proud of your foot. It was good, huh? It was on the legs, it was in control, and entertain. No way.
Wow, base. Whoa.
Base is bad.
Bad plus 1 and 1 on the step sequence.
And key points.
Key points, base, everything, yeah.
Good score with a base.
Congratulations! How are you both feeling?
我现在感觉非常棒，我非常开心，然后可以代表我的祖国来这里参战，
我感到非常的荣幸，我感到非常的光荣。And how are you feeling?
我跟他一样也是很开心呢，我跟他一样也是很开心，代表祖国来参赛。
And now your compatriots won the first Junior Grand Prix in Riga last week. Did that inspire you coming into this event?
我认为就是开了一个赛季，为我们做了一个榜样。哥哥姐姐们滑的都非常棒，然后我看到他们，我感觉到非常的有信心，非常的开心，反正。
我认为也是哥哥姐姐给我们开了一个好头，能让我们在这身上有信心了。
So huge congratulations, Gongxini, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the season.
谢谢，
谢谢
，Delicious。
I like chocolate and I like wafers. It's good.
I go to my room because I need to eat.
We're just happy.
Zapraszamy na rozgrzewkę kolejną grupę zawodników. The following skaters may now take the ice for the warm-up. From Canada, Quattrocchi and Desmarais. From Italy, Napolitano and Comi. From Israel, Enkina and Kovalenko.
Welcome back, everyone, to Gdansk. Group number 3 on the ice for the pair short program. We're halfway through day number 1, 6 hours into the 12-hour events today. So we're doing okay there, Mark.
Yes, it's all good. I actually, yeah, energetically all good. Maybe the stamina for these events is increasing, or maybe mine is. Maybe I'm getting more acclimated to it.
Yeah, perhaps. But, you know, you're sitting in a chair for 12 hours, so it's all good. And you're doing what you like to do.
True. It's all good fun.
Any questions have come up that are answerable?
Yes. I was actually just feverishly trying to find my standings for the Junior Grand Prix. I will find that in a second. First, though, to the responses, some of these, Ted, perhaps, as opposed to questions.
Great.
From Crystal Bowl Sophia. Thanks, Ted and Mark. Love your commentary. It makes watching more fun. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the same a little bit from, well, we've had a shout out really, or a hello from Susanna Porto. Hi, Ted and Mark. I don't have questions. I just want to say hi from Portugal. So great to see.
Nice.
Actually,
I love that when people let us know where they're watching from. No, I don't think there is. But, you know, wouldn't it be nice to have a rink in Portugal? I've heard nothing but brilliant reports from Portugal. I need to go and have a vacation or something there because I hear such good comments from people who visited it.
It is very, very lovely. My experience of holidaying in Portugal was, we went on holiday in Portugal and my wife slept the whole time and I was thinking, why is she always asleep? And it turns out she was pregnant. So that was a reason as to why we had not much. We didn't do anything in Portugal. I gather Portugal's amazing, but my wife was early throes of pregnancy and asleep most of the time. But anyway, hi from Portugal. Hi, Susanna Porto in Portugal.
Okay.
The next response is indeed a question, and the question is, why aren't quads allowed in the short program for women, but they are allowed for a short program in men? But actually in juniors, nobody can do a quad in the short program.
Well, you know, they have the medical commission, or I'm not sure if that's the right title for it, but, you know, they're worried about the development of these athletes and putting some restrictions on, because it's not just about the competition, it's how many times they're going to repeat those quads in practice for the competition. So, you know, if it's not juniors required or not allowed in the short program, then perhaps the repetitions might be a little bit less, saving the body, because these athletes are going through their prime growth periods in their life. And so the bones are a little softer and all sorts of other medical issues, which I'm not privy to, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. And it's not that they couldn't do them, it's just that they're trying to reduce the repetition in them at this point of their life as they grow. Okay.
So it's such an interesting and good point, and I think that's the absolute paramount importance. And I think we touched at some point on one of the previous 4 stops on the Junior Grand Prix, changes that have been made in gymnastics, whereby certain movements are no longer allowed, with the rationale behind that decision made by whoever's involved in the international gymnastics committees, pertaining to the health of the spines and the muscles and the development of the athlete. And so when there are debates and question marks about decisions made by the International Skating Union regarding age or element choice, then it's important to know it's always made. It's like you know, parenting. You know, as a parent of young children, we make decisions that children don't always like, but we believe it's in the best interest of their health and their well-being. And so that's often the case for the athletes, is the health and well-being of the human.
Yeah, absolutely. And I salute that for the International Skating Union, making sure that they take the person as a first priority. But, you know, having said that, everybody will have their different opinions on whether that's good or bad. but that is the reason behind it, to try to protect the, to whatever degree, the health as they go through these growth periods.
And then the next one that comes in is just, I think it's perhaps in reference to the women's event, although we did have a Swiss team compete already, saying that the Swiss skater reminds her a bit of Luna Hendricks in her movements. And I think that could be the influence of not only the inspiration Luna Hendricks as a former world medalist gives to others, but also perhaps the fact that Yorick Hendricks, alongside Marina Shishaba and Adam Solya, we do lots of skate camps in the summer, and so a lot of the athletes will head to different training locations through the summer months and therefore have access to the visual inspiration of the likes of Luna Hendricks.
There you go. Well done.
And again, Ted, I have umpteen tabs open on one of the screens in front of me for which I'm looking for different varying things, but one of which is just to make sure that I give the correct standings at this point, because now we are looking to see who will be making the final as Stéphanie Vauois and Yves Desjardins give important parting wisdom to their students who are first to compete.
And here we go.
And now this next team had explained that they are choosing a slightly different plan program content, taking out the split triple twist to earn more points. Tactical decisions as Julia Quattrocchi and Simon Desmarais aim to secure a spot at the Junior Grand Prix final in Grenoble.
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you
Julia Quattrocchi and Desmarais from Canada, a team currently lying in 8th place in the standings of the Junior Grand Prix this year, looking to move into the top 6. The tactical decision that we referenced about the opening twist made sense when we see a level 4 assigned currently under review from the tech panel to that opening element. Just a shame that Julia had done all the work on the throw triple sal and then took a tumble.
Good strategy decision on that twist, because they would have had a lower level on the triple twist. They would go to the double. Here it is. Good split. Arms down to the side. Nice clean catch. Difficult entry. Level 4 with a plus GOE. So smart decision there. Here's the double axles. And probably under rotate. No, it's in the system is clean. There's the pickup. The great turns across the ice here. Good flow all the way down almost the whole length of the rink. And around the end, change of position, change of hold. This is in at a level 4. Plus GOE of 1.02, so that was really good. And this looked good. Okay, got it. Okay, just hang on, get the free leg down, but then trips over the toe pick right there.
No.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly. That's just painful. She fought so hard to keep it. And here's the death spiral. And this goes into the level 1, back outside death spiral.
Julia and Simon are a team from École Excellence Rosemère, 2 men from that rank, 2 pair teams from that rank. And so a real indication of the quality being produced there, but also the teamwork. And I know that Stephanie and Ivan obviously are really keen to create and cultivate a team that supports one another.
Yeah, and the coaches are thrilled that all their skaters came to one competition, so they don't have to go out 4 times. You know, they've got the 2 men and the 2 pairs right here, right now, and have the 2 coaches. So it's a perfect scenario for this year in the training. Let's take a look at the short program scores. For Julia and Simon sees the best at 46.05, and that will put them, at least for the moment, in 3rd place. Just behind the other Canadian team.
They're currently in 3rd place. A przed Państwem reprezentanci Włoch. Next to skate representing Italy. Napolitano and Eduardo.
And now to the team who competed just last week, Irina Napolitano and Eduardo Comi. And they will skate to Lacrimosa. Arina Napolitano and Eduardo Comi, obviously such good quality skaters, both very accomplished as single skaters, and I thought that the step sequence really showcased the shared style and more success in lifts. They had problems with all of the lifts last week in Ankara, more success here, but then mistakes made on the side-by-side double axel, which for them was previously their strength.
Yeah, I really like the beginning of this program. Very intense and very powerful, and a good-looking team on the ice, and you sort of catch your eye and you get ready for something great. And there's the twist and double twist. That's in at a level 4. So once again, good strategy there. Not going for the triple until it's ready and getting max points on the double twist. So that was nice. Let's take a look what happens here in the throw. Triple Sauerkau, big throw, a little bit too far forward, and Irina has to just step out of that to hang on and not take the fall, which is a good fight. Here's the lift, good split, change of position, change of hold. This comes down forward here, that dismount right there. And this is in at a level 3, so missing one feature there. That's unfortunate. Slipping off the front of the blade for Eduardo and taking that probably unexpected fall because he had it nicely in the air. This step sequence here, they're skating really closely together. Good deep edges, soft knees, some nice quality. This is not the performance that they want. They know they can do much better than this. We can see it in them. But still, you can see the qualities overall with this team is very strong. It's just going to be a lot of practice and competing this year to put it all together.
Yeah, and having, they were 4th at the World Junior Championships, but the injuries that ruled them their off-season out of being able to amass the extra content they wanted make this a challenging start to the season.
39.29 for Irina and Eduardo. That puts them currently 5th. They have much better times to come this season, no question. Just early on and some challenges along the way, but this is a strong team that's not yet all together early on in the season, but they will get together. They've got some great skills. Much more to come, I'm sure.
Next to skate representing Israel, Sofia Enkina and Nikita Kovalenko.
And now to the team representing Israel, Sofia Enkina and Nikita Kovalenko. And they will skate some of my favorite classical music, Rondo Capriccioso. Sofia, Enkina and Nikita Kovalenko representing Israel, coming at this time with a better shot program than they achieved in Ostrava, having stuck the landing of that throw triple salto for Sofia. And she told me, Ted, that Nikita's always helping her with her jumps. He was on the Junior Grand Prix as a single skater, and she said she rewards him or thanks him with chocolate. And I thought, what a great
That's great. That's awesome.
teamwork there. You help me get the axle comfortable, and I'll give you chocolate.
Yeah, here's a box of chocolates. Yeah, great fight on that throw triple salto. We'll take a look at that in super slow motion. And the team did well in this particular program. And their personal best is 42.46. I think they'll beat that. We take a look at some of the elements. And here is the twist. And this is in at a double twist level 2, so no split. Hands probably don't get down to the side. Catch looks relatively clean. Level 2. And here's the double axles. She just flew off the end of that edge, got that around. It was nice. And here's the throw. I'm going to slow this down. Watch that right leg come around. He gets out of her way and passes her through in the same direction of travel. Look at that free leg was wrapped, but she just hung on to that edge and unraveled that free leg to stay on top of the skate. That was great. Great work. There's the group 4 hand-to-hand lift. There's the change of position, which is a little rocky for everyone as the woman just bends down and puts her hand on the shoulder. And this Group 4 lift comes in at a level 2, so missing 2 of the features. And we see this is pretty good here. The unison is not bad
really
at all.
good on the cow.
And that's unusual. That's hard to do. We talked about that a little earlier in this event. Although it's not hard physically, this element together, it's hard to match.
So true.
And there you go.
Scores, please.
Okay, let's take a look at the program scores. 45.83 is their personal best, 42 is their season's best, and it's a new season best this year with a 45.70. Which falls just a little bit short of their personal best. That'll put them currently in 4th place as we take a look at the top 5 teams so far in this event.
45.70 total points. This is their new season's best. They're currently in 4th place.
Okay.
A na rozgrzewkę zapraszamy
Takes
czwartą
care
grupę
of group
zawodników.
number 3.
The following skaters may not take the ice for the warm-up.
2 more groups to come.
From Italy,
Here are the next 4 teams. Here's the start order for this event, or for this group.
Moudden and Alejandro Garcia. From the United States of America.
Any more wild questions coming in there, Mark?
From Poland.
Or maybe we're giving wild answers. It could be good questions and wild.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not the questions, but the answers given. But when I think about our 12 hours of commentary day and thus the consequential verbal nonsense that comes out of my mouth during that course of time, I just think it's so encouraging to have heard from those guest contributors that we've had who have so often articulated the same kind of philosophy. I mean, that said, we've approached various different skaters, all probably those that we would assume would share the same kind of sentiments. But yeah, certainly it's wonderful, and it is wonderful to continue to hear from guest contributors who have a mindfulness of the health of the humans on the ice.
Yeah, exactly. We've got more to come still, and we'll see what transpires over the next 3 weeks, I guess, in the Junior Grand Prix. But it's so nice to have, and for the viewers not having to listen to us all the time as well, getting sort of a guest star, if you will. We're not stars, that's for sure, but just a guest, and they are stars. It's great to hear from them, and we thank them for all the time that they give, of course, and we hope that the fans are enjoying that and enjoying the additional commentary from past stars and current stars as well.
And we're hoping that by the last Junior Grand Prix in Wuxi, China, that we will have had the chance to speak to 3 of the 4 current and reigning world champions. So Madison Chock and Evan Bates will be joining next week when in Ljubljana in Slovenia. You've spoken with world men's champion Ilya Marinin.
Yep.
Hopefully we're going to have some chat with Diana Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps. And the only reason that we wouldn't have I haven't considered approaching Kaori Sakamoto is because I don't speak Japanese. And I don't think you do either, Ted. It's not one of your...
Yeah, English is hard enough. I'm not going to go into another language, that's for sure. Yeah, it would be great. But, more to come. And I think that it's so great that the seniors are supporting and helping juniors. And maybe there's something here where, we're able to, through technology, bring other people into conversation. Perhaps fans can ask questions. We don't know what will happen. But the doors are open. Technology allows us to do that. We'll discover and improve. So anyways, your comments coming in are greatly appreciated. Where you're watching from, what you love most, some of your favorite skaters. And when did you get started? It was an interesting story. I think I told this last week in Ankara, where I met a gentleman at the airport in Munich on the way to Turkey, and his mom came up and introduced herself, and she says, "I'm from Georgia," and so she started chatting. She said, "My son likes to follow the Junior Grand Prix," and he waved, and he came over eventually. His name was Brian, and he just got fascinated by watching Lipinskaya in 2014, and just loved the sport and started to follow the juniors. And he said, I follow the juniors because I followed college football in the United States and love to see the future stars and see who's going to make it through to the NFL. And so he got attached to the Junior Grand Prix. He's been following it since 2014 and has gone now to, I think it's 7 Junior Grand Prix events. His mom comes along with him from time to time. And he has a tattoo of the flag of the country that he visited. So he knows all the skaters, he has his favorites, he's following them. I think it's just awesome. So it's not to say the juniors do have their fans. They may not all be able to travel like that to see these events, but there's a good fan base out there following the juniors. We want to know where you're watching from and some of your favorite junior skaters. Okay, and what do you got, Mark? I just told a whole story here. What do you got?
Yeah, you did a good one. you were great there. I'm going to just give a little insight into the current standings. So at present, 27 teams have competed on the Junior Grand Prix Series this year. And Jasmine Desrochers and Kieran Thrasher, who you may have seen chatting through the resurface video with their celebratory interview from last week's win, they're secure. They have 28 points because of the win in in Turkey, and the second place in Riga. Olivia Flores and Luc Wang are currently in second place with a bronze and a silver, and then it's Romain Telemaque and Lucas Coulon who had a second and a fourth, I believe. And then after that, the other teams are more in jeopardy with those that are competing in this event, and it will all play out. But currently the top 6, actually, Zhang and Huang are in 6th place at present without a second event. So we shall see.
That's a good report there. Now, on that last shot, we saw the Italian delegation. I'm pretty sure we saw a cameraman sitting, one of our cameramen sitting in the audience going, okay, who's on camera now? We already know.
I have such, I feel like doing the Junior Grand Prix with the amazing Italian production team has made my affinity for Italy, and actually my wife has been talking about it, about how we should visit Italy, and I think that the Italian team make that seem even more appealing given their generosity of spirit.
And I just want you to know that I was given an official Italian pin for my accreditation, so I'm part of the family. I've been allowed into the house, into the Italian house, so I'm feeling very proud now. They're about to get their Canadian. I'm going to work hard
for that next week.
They're about to get their Canadian pins pretty soon too. Okay, here we go.
This an amazing story, one that we somewhat heard of last week with the British pair, Elisabetta Profaizer and Matteo Libas Mandelli. This is his 3rd Junior Grand Prix season. Previously, he was an ice dancer. He competed here in Gdansk in 2021 as an ice dancer.
Wow.
Now, this is their Junior Grand Prix in pairs together. Elisabetta Profaizer and Matteo Mandelli, supported by Valtteri and Manolo, part of the team.
There you go.
Elisabetta Profaizer e Matteo Mandelli.
And no, I mentioned Matteo being an ice dancer, but Elisabetta, she switched from singles to pairs, as many do, but she did that in July, which is mind-blowing.
You know, we were talking off air about what a good job the Italian Federation is doing in strengthening the pairs and the dance and the singles. They have all the disciplines going. They're involved also with synchronized skating. So they did such a good job, as has Switzerland. And so the leadership there, however it's getting done by committee, or the leadership is doing such a good job in you know, bringing new skaters into all these disciplines and having them participate on the juniors and moving up into the seniors. As we take a look at the double twist, you know, not a huge height on that, but it's in the level 2, so that's good. And this team, you can tell, is relatively new still in pairs. There's the double axel, looks okay, but then just loses balance and trying to hang on. Good fight to not take a fall here. There's that group 4 lift, but a reverse entry, very difficult. And that comes in level 1. And back outside death spiral in level 1 as well. Gets around 1 revolution, okay, that's good. And here's some of the steps. But Mark, just further to that, I think the Italian Federation and Swiss Federation are helping European skating continue to develop. Like, it's taken a little bit of hit on television, as the sport has around the world. It's many countries, but it is starting to come back. We're seeing more depth, more skaters involved, and more countries joining the ISU. So that's all good news for the future. Let's take a look at the short program scores for Elisabetta and Matteo. They 32.84. That is 9th in the short program.
Elisabetta Profaizer and Matteo Mandelli from Italy have earned short program 32.84 total points. They are currently in 9th place. A przed Państwem reprezentanci Hiszpanii. Next to skate, representing Spain, Moudden and Garcia.
Well, a wonderful story for Ines Moudden and Alejandro Lazaro Garcia. Their coach, Sarah Anton, is having a child today, and so they dedicate this short program to the baby. How amazing. Wishing them and everybody involved a successful and happy day.
Toi
And it's Moudden and Alejandro Lazaro Garcia representing Spain. And it's important to acknowledge that this is a team who are back to their crazy routine of running from the rink to their education. He studying pharmacy school and back again. And so as the flag is waved on a phone, it must be incredibly difficult now as we head back into the academic year. I think when they first competed in Ostrava, they weren't in their studies again. And so that perhaps the reason behind the exhaustion.
I really like this team. I like they suit each other very well. They have similar skating skills. They had some mistakes in this program for sure, but they have great posture. Take a look. He pops this into a single flip. I know he'll be disappointed with that, but you can see even then the unison and the same positions as stretch. He used the group 4 lift. Easy up, good speed and flow, and reverses the rotation, turns that's a feature. There's the change of position and the change of hold. And this is in at a level 4 with a plus GOE. So really well done and difficult dismount, long dismount of that lift. Here's the throw double salchow. He removes himself from the pattern very nicely. She carries a lot of speed on the landing of that. There's the back outside Despero. So the question was this going to go in, and it does go in at a level 2, so that's good. Nice position, nice pivot on his part, nice position for her. So they have some really nice skills, and as you mentioned, they're both in school, and it's hard to juggle all of that with all the athletes. They're doing such a nice job.
And nice they're just working the Choctaw, and he, what a shame. When I think he's actually going to get a heel kick in the back of his calf as well. That might smart a little bit tomorrow.
And they're waving, back home. Oh yeah, look at this, the double fist. Come on, get the heart going. There it is. I don't think we've seen a double heart like that. That's well done.
I've got all the...
Here we go. Short program score, season best, 37.54 for Ines and Alejandro. And that'll put them currently in 7th place.
Ines Moudden and Alejandro Lazaro Garcia from Spain have earned a short program 37.54 total points. This is their new season's best. They are currently in 7th place. Przed Państwem reprezentanci Stanów Zjednoczonych. Next to skate, representing the United States of America.
And now to Regan Moss and Jakub Galbavy. Regan explained that since they'll be in Poland, Jakub can see his family. He was born in Bratislava in Slovakia, and apparently his parents are bringing his dog, so he's very excited, not just to see his family, but hopefully to get a clean shot program starting now.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. There goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I climb every mountain, swim every ocean, just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. There goes my head shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding. I need you now. If I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure that I feel in the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. I'd climb every mountain,
Do a Google search.
swim every ocean, just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. climb every mountain and smell every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken.
Well, what a wonderful example of support between Regan Moss and Jakub Galbavy. That a challenging, trying skate. The reason for which I'm not 100% sure, but I am so impressed by the way in which they react towards one another. And perhaps it is the family that I mentioned, Jakub's family being here. Who knows, that may have had an impact. I think Jakub has relocated to the States, and so maybe the enormity of performing in Europe near family just appeared to give him a bit of a jelly legs.
Yeah, that started out pretty good though.
Not
Not there in the double axels, that was strong. And here's the great split on that triple twist, but that she over-rotated or under-rotated. He turned around her, and that comes in at a level 1 though. And take a look at this death bar. This is pretty good. This death spiral in at a back outside death spiral level 2. Nice position by him and by her. Her leg, her head down below her knee. Get around the 2 revolutions quite easily. And there's the throw. Triple sow, how she hung on to that. She did touch down with her hand. And we mandatory reduction. There's the group. Here's the lift. Let's see what happens here. Just starts to collapse. Look at that elbow. Yeah, that right elbow just didn't ever fully lock. But he protected her. He held her off the ice as he was taking the fall. It's a good save on his part.
Really, that's, you know, the parents, I think as a parent you'd be so impressed then just by the reaction to that, because they come into this event with a 47.68 from Riga, so they, you know, and they'll have their competitive aspirations. They will have that, of course, as will Coach Trudy, but seeing a bigger picture here and keeping safe and looking after one another.
Yeah, you know, disappointing. We've got the free program, of course, coming up, but look at the way they're handling this with, you know, real sort of calmness and disappointment. There's no question. There'll be disappointment in there, but they came off the ice safely without any injury, so that's good. Great fight on her part on that triple Salchow. It's amazing to hang on as they wait for their scores.
And the team explained that they do love traveling with their coach Trudy, and they always have a blast on each trip. So hopefully that what the coach presents them with the travel and the fun that they have helps to mitigate that frustrating score.
Exactly. 39.47. That is 6 for Regan and Jakub. At this point in the competition, as we take a look at the top 3 teams.
They're currently in 6th place.
And Regan and Jakub in 6th place.
Mamy przywitane reprezentantów Polski. On the ice, representing Poland.
It looks like former Polish champion Dorota Zagorska, the coach between the skaters. Victoria Pacha, who celebrates her birthday today.
Wow.
Alongside her partner, Simon Derechowski. Well, birthday celebrations and congratulations to Viktoria Pacha. Great to see members of the Polish figure skating team here to support her and partner Simon Derechowski. Before the event, Viktoria had explained that they were stressed but excited as the junior national champions.
Well, that's a perfect combination, nerves and excitement. You need both. Let's take a look here at the twist. Really good split. The arms stay up. Coming down, this is the level 2. So they get the catch plus the split. That gives them 2 features. As you see here, the double axles. A little bit late taking off, but they both stand up. And there's a good forelift. Good position up there for her. There's the change of position. That's the hard part when the girl leans down to keep that balance. Change of hand, hold. This is in level 3, in fact, just 3 out of the 4 features. The back outside death spiral comes in at level 1, so getting around at least 1 revolution. And there's the end of the program.
And I was looking to just try to find for Viktoria and Simon some previous competitive results, and it looks like in the Junior Grand Prix in Gdansk last year and then in the Diamond Spin and Polish Nationals, their scores have been below 35. And so then I was thinking, oh, this is, their goal was to show progress from last year. This is definite progress from last year.
They're going to do it right now. 41.32. So you can see Viktoria going, oh, that's okay.
I'll take that.
Fist pump there. It's awesome. There you are. In the top 5 so far with 3 more teams to come.
Szanowni Państwo, teraz nastąpi przerwa na odświeżenie pracy.
4 more teams to come. Okay, Mark, we have 1 more ice resurfacing in this pair short program. And the final 4 teams will take the ice. What do we got in the video playback?
Well, during this next resurface, stay tuned to see the interview from the winners in Riga, who are actually competing in the next group, Zhang and Huang. And then to the synchronized skating team from New Zealand, the history makers Team Titanium, who competed at the Junior World Championships earlier this year, and then the Junior Grand Prix 2023 year event Backstage Fun and Games.
Enjoy. We'll be back right after this.
Jiaxuan, Yihang, congratulations on winning your first Junior Grand Prix. Now, I understand this is your first competition internationally together. That's correct?
我用说中文吗？首先我很高兴可以代表我的国家来这里参赛，然后这也是我作为我们2个搭伴以来第一次的参加国际的赛事，我很开心可以来到这个地方来比赛，因为不管是这个地方的一些文化，还有这些地方的一些冰场和设施，都让我们非常的喜欢， 然后这一次比赛我们发挥的还算是比较理想。
And did you have any expectations or goals coming into the competition?
我们其实来这里的第一目标就是想为国争光吧，代表我的祖国来这里嘛。第一的肯定是为国争光，第二呢就是希望有一个能拿到更好的一个名次，来证明自己吧。因为毕竟是第一次出来比赛嘛，还是希望就是能有一个很好的一个开始。对，起到一个很好的开头的作用。
So you've won your first competition, your first Junior Grand Prix. We're keen to know what are your goals for the rest of the season.
我觉得其实不一定说是每一场比赛都会有可能，都会百分百的会拿到第一名。所以说在每一场比赛吧，还是要去跟自己去较量，而且每一次的比赛遇到对手他也会不一样 ，it's different。所以我觉得还是要是跟自己比，然后把每一个动作都做到最好，
把我们自己的水平都发挥出来，发挥到最好的状态。
Huge congratulations. Now, can you teach me some Chinese? Maybe thank you. I can say thank you.
谢谢。
谢谢。
Did it good. Okay, 谢谢. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So we were all, when I told the team, like kind of like crying and like really excited because the goal has always been Junior Worlds, but it always seemed quite a little bit unrealistic and out of our reach. So. Good timing, good timing. We feel really proud to represent New Zealand at Junior Worlds, as obviously we're the first junior team to come here before.
So getting New Zealand out there is what motivates me. So it's really cool to be a part of this, to be a part of the journey with this team, because for us it's a New Zealand first, so it's really awesome to be a part of that journey.
We've always just competed against ourselves. There's no other junior team in New Zealand, and the first time we travelled was to Sydney for the Sydney Synchro Festival in September last year. So other than that, we've never really competed against other teams. So seeing other teams, they're a bit like gobsmacked watching them and having competition for once. Doesn't matter what any other team does, all we can focus on is what we can do.
I think we've got a mixture of excitement and nervousness as well, because it's so different to what they've experienced at home and so different to Australia. So many more teams, so many more people, and the rinks here are huge. I think they're hoping to have a good, clean skate and to improve on their mark from Sheffield. I think that's what their main goal is.
I want them, and I really hope for them, that they can do the best that they have skated to date. We actually got personal bests a few weeks ago in Steel City Trophy for our short program, and I'm hoping that we can continue to make some more improvements and get a new personal best.
Just do the best that we possibly can. Have fun, make memories, show that, you know, it's possible that we can be here and we deserve to be here.
Please welcome on the ice from New Zealand team Titanium Junior. Go, Rach, go, Rach, go! Go!
I know you probably don't all feel 100% happy, but I'm really proud of you. And remember, you've never skated in front of a crowd like this, have we? How many times have we even skated against other teams? Twice. No, this is our third. This is the third. Okay? Third time we've ever skated against other teams. We've got free skate tomorrow. Now that you've had an opportunity to skate in front of the crowd, we can be more relaxed going into tomorrow and more confident. Yeah. Okay? Well done. In 2022, we didn't qualify for New Zealand Nationals, so we didn't have any opportunity to go internationally because they won't let us travel if we haven't gained the correct TES in their what they've set. Despite that, we were able to do an exhibition skate at the National Championships and get some points for that, which was really hard for the team because that was their first year competing in junior and we hadn't really done many competitions. They just treated it as if it was competing at national champs and we worked harder. Next year, obviously, we got to nationals and now qualified for Junior Worlds and here we are. We also only had 13 skaters at nationals, so since October we've gained 4 new skaters to meet the minimum requirements, and so yeah, I think they've shown a lot of resilience over the years.
It was a big moment for our team. Yeah, when we found out that we qualified to come to Junior Worlds, it was almost everyone was in tears, or it was just so emotional for all of us.
To see that Tracy's hard work and dedication has really paid off, we were really happy for it. And we were all crying because we were happy for Tracy.
Never give up. If you want to achieve your goals, just keep persevering, work hard, keep pushing through. Nothing is unattainable, as we've learned, because we didn't think we'd be here, but here we are. The team's worked really hard. Just my message would be just keep pushing through. No matter how hard times feel, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be a better day ahead.
So, ready for the last day, Mark?
I'm ready.
Let's go! Oh, that was awful. Let's go. That was pathetic.
Na rozgrzewkę zapraszamy ostatnią grupę zawodników. The following skaters may now take the ice for the warm-up. From the United States of America, Elizabeth Hansen and William Church.
Welcome back, everyone, to Gdansk. I'm Ted Bart, along with Mark Hanreddy. The final group in the pair short program take to the ice for the warm-up. There are 4 teams on the ice. Now, Mark, you were just telling me you had another response from that wonderful woman in Portugal with more update on what's happening there.
Yeah, Susana Porto, who had replied to the International Skating Union and explained that she was listening from Portugal, and then because of my lack of mindful awareness of what happens in Portugal, she's explained that she does have some information that they have a winter sports federation that includes figure skating, and they have, she believes, 2 ice rinks, one opened all year and the other only opened in winter. And she believes that they have a national competition, but only in singles and pairs, not in ice dance. But as a very warm country, this isn't a well-known sport. And Susanna started watching the sport in 1998, perhaps the Nagano Olympic Games, which was the Nagano Olympics was the pivotal games for me watching when I was growing up as a skater, to study and aspire to follow in the footsteps of those that were on the Nagano Games.
Oh. Cool.
Which you were probably at, Ted. You were probably officiating in some capacity.
No, I wasn't at that game. I started my 5 Olympic games in 2002 Salt Lake City. And and then no, that's not true. I went to Albertville in 92, Lillehammer in 94, and then 2002 in Salt Lake City, 2006 in Torino, and 2010 in Vancouver.
Just a few.
Just a few. It's pretty cool. I mean, you can talk all you want about the Olympic Games, but being there, you know you're in a different dimension, really. It's something very special. Why do you think athletes spend a lifetime and a dream on a dream of 7 days or 10 days when they're at those games? Because it is something absolutely
well, it's so interesting because there are so many athletes that I know or trained with or competed against, and they obviously had the Olympic dream experiences. You see Yuka Sato, a former Olympian and coach now here, and I'm sad that I didn't get the chance to have that tagline Olympian, because I think now, I don't know if it's global, correct me if I'm wrong, this is my lack of education, but I think now if you are an Olympian, in the UK, if you have an award from, Canada as well, if you have an award from the King or Queen, you can put the letters after your name, MBE, OBE, CBE. But now, as an Olympian, you can put OLY on your
Yeah, we don't have that.
Title the same as PhD.
We don't have that. You Brits have all sorts of letters and stuff hanging around your names. I don't even know what they're all for. No, I don't want to be disrespectful at all. But and I think but I think it's wonderful. It is. We don't actually have that. I mean, all of our athletes have the rings tattooed on them. And there are special, they're Olympians for life, you know, and the Olympic Club, and I'm not sure what the other countries have. So, you know, every country is a little bit different, but I think that the Olympic movement itself and the Olympic Games itself has taken on a whole new club environment, or you know, that wasn't there many years ago. So it's pretty special. And you guys, you know, in Britain, you really recognize it. And Team GB, I keep hearing that on the radio station I listen to in London. And Team GB is so big in your society, in your community.
Yeah, and I suppose in a, and this is me maybe making sweeping broad statements, but in a society whereby we have social media at our fingertips and there's quick fix, and we all want instant gratification with, you know, TikTok and social media, the Olympic rings as a tattoo is such a significant symbol of graft.
It's honor.
And yeah, completely.
It's a symbol of honor. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just hold on one second. That was a massive throw by Zhang and Huang from China, the winners in week number 1. And you're going to see a team that is, you know, has to be the favorites going into the final. They still have to compete here for sure, but they've matured, and we can see a little bit of the history of pair skating in China in this team.
And obviously, our sport, or the discipline of pair skating, has had so many front runners. Obviously, skaters from the Soviet Union, dominant for so long. Canada's had huge success, and China, obviously, one of the powerhouse pair skating nations as well. But I wonder if Romain Telemaque and Lucas Coulon can stay in contention for one of the top 6 spots. The young French skaters who were second in Ostrava are currently 3rd of the 27 teams ranked after the first 3 events, but everything will change, I'm sure.
Well, tomorrow we will know. That is for sure. The pair skating, we've talked about this, is growing. There are more pair teams involved in the junior level and into the senior as well, and senior is wide open. It's going to be so exciting to see the World Championships in Boston later this year, and the journey to get there as well. Here we go, the final group in the pair short program here in Gdansk.
Przywitajmy reprezentantów Stanów Zjednoczonych. On the ice, representing the United States of America, Elizabeth Hansen and William Church.
Well, I saw a social media post by Elizabeth Hansen who said making Team USA was a dream since she started skating. And now to represent Team USA is such a huge honor that she doesn't take for granted as she and partner William Church start their short program.
Well, what a great reaction at the end of the program for Elizabeth and William. My gosh, that was a solid program. And I had the pleasure and the honor really to ride in from the airport here in Gdansk to the hotel with this young team. And you see them on the ice. It's hard to recognize them off the ice because they're dressed all differently, of course. What nice young people these are, no question. And he's so interested in hockey. He was grilling me about our home team in Vancouver Canucks. And he knows a lot about the hockey teams there. And he's a sports sort of fanatic. And Elizabeth's quite quiet as we take a look at least in the car she was. Look at the twist, good flow across the ice, and that is in a level triple twist level 1, so that's good. Let's take a look at some of the other elements here. This double axel, and watch both. They get it done. Nice, right on top. Hang on to the landing for William. Well done. And there's the group 4 lift. This is in at a level 3, so missing just one feature. There's the change of position, change of hold. Pretty good flow across the ice for William. And there's the dismount right there. And then throw double sock out, good distance across the ice, nice flow on the landing, good extension. That's all ready for triple to start. And here's some of the steps right at the very end. Nice. And you saw the reaction too.
I also thought the program really well choreographed. It says Timothy Leduc was the choreographer, but I feel like they did a great job of managing to thread and intersperse the elements with some characterization.
Yeah, well, there's 3 people on the couch that all have lots of positive personality, a lot of fun on that ride in from the airport as they now focus on the numbers. Let's take a look at the scores. Their personal best is 47.26. This is at 46.65, just a little shy of the personal best, but still they look pretty happy. And that will put them currently into 3rd place. Well done. Good start. Nice kids.
46.65 total points. They're currently in 3rd place.
And now to the winners from Riga in Latvia, Zhang and Huang lead the expected favourite role, they take the expected favourite role in this event, skating to Dive by Ed Sheeran.
Maybe I came on too strong. Maybe I waited too long. Maybe I played my cards wrong. Oh, just a little bit. Maybe I apologize for it. I could fall or I could fly. Here in your aeroplane, and I could live, I could die hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all and jumping in harder than 10,000 walks on the lake. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. Don't tell me to leave me if you
Zhang, Zhang and Huang came in as favourites, and as a giant Chinese flag is waved for them, they have stepped up to that pressure and responsibility of being the favourites. Sometimes, Ted, we're asked for the skaters that we look forward to seeing or expect to see perhaps at the next Olympics. Jia Xuan and Yi Hang are both age eligible to compete in seniors, and certainly they showcase the skill to take that step comfortably.
Well, no question. The quality of everything they do is more shaded towards senior than junior. We take a look at this triple twist. There's the steps coming in. There's the split. Look at the height. The hands come down to the side. The catch at the waist, nice and clean, I think. And that is in level 3. So just missing one of the features. And here are the double axles, no problem at all. Great flow in and on the landing, and well matched. Good synchronization on that. Back outside death spiral, well, that is in level 3, so they got 3 revolutions here. Difficult entry in 2 revolutions, I believe. And here's the throw. Now this was a little bit off because he really pulled her around the corner a little bit, but she was not going to give in on that landing, and she just hung in there. The group 4 lift, this is in at level 4. With a GOE of 1.02, so 6.12 points in this one element. So their quality matches their difficulty, and that will equal a big score, a good score, not a huge score. Well, their season's best and their personal best so far, 54.21. Should come pretty close to that. But the throw in the warm-up was absolutely spectacular, as the Chinese throws are. They go big. They go really big. Let's take a look at the short program scores. 57.88, so that's the season's best. Of course, that puts them clearly in the first place. My good 6 points. There it is. And they look well on their way to return to Europe in December. Grenoble for the Junior Grand Prix final. Still have a free program to skate. But it looked pretty solid. Pretty solid bet.
And now to Saya Carpenter and Ignacio Maravilla, their coach Garrett Lukash explained that Ostrava, their experience at that Junior Grand Prix, had a very positive effect on them and their maturity and approach to training, going over their scores in detail and analysing how they can make the progress. Let's hope that's very evident with a clean skate as they perform to Revelations. Well, Ted, if I hadn't heard from their coach Garrett, who explained how hard they've worked on their components and what it seems like an eye-opening experience their first Junior Grand Prix of this season was, I would have not recognised the team. Say Carpenter and Maravilla, just unrecognisable in terms of their confidence and their delivery.
Yeah, it was incredible. This is like a different team than we saw earlier in the Junior Grand Prix. Full of confidence, full of posture, power and strength, and solid from the first note to the last. And there was no doubt. We take a look at the triple twist, or the twist here. Much of us, but just the double, pardon me. And that is in level 1. So that was a a lower difficulty of element. Here's the triple Salchow. That was swish. That was nice.
And on music as well, as were the landings of these side-by-side double axles. Look at the...
There's the group 4 lift. Great position, good speed across the ice. Nice, easy, smooth turns by Ignacio. And there's the dismount. Back outside Desmarais here. This is just a level 1.
You see coach in the background trying to urge them to go a little bit lower in the position.
That was great. There's Yuka Sato. 1994 world champion Makahari, I believe it was.
She's one of my favorite skaters of all time. Like, they're so lucky to have. Like, talk about skating skills.
I was in the building when she won that. It was absolutely insane. It was so great.
And master of the blade and the edge.
Oh yeah, totally. Let's take a look at the scores. Now their best was 43.39, but this is 50.07. And you saw Ignacio go, whoa, that's good. The season's best. Yeah, absolutely. And that puts them currently into 3rd place. They deserve it. They really do. That's a huge improvement from Junior Grand Prix 1 to Junior Grand Prix 2 for them. Wow. The maturity. Haven't seen many teams grow that much in maturity in such a short period of time. Great job.
Please welcome representing Slovakia, Sitkova.
And now to the Slovakian team, Nikola Sitkova and Oliver Kubacak. Oliver had a knee surgery in May, and they could only skate again from the middle of July. They will skate to Take Me to Church.
Worship the thunder, if the heavens ever did its
Nikola Sitkova and Oliver Kubacak complete the pairs short program in Gdansk, and they join hands to take their way to centre ice to take their bow. This will mark a back-to-back competition for a team, and their coach Rastislav Vryakin explained that it was raw in Ankara because it really was, because they just haven't had the opportunity to skate because of the surgery that Oliver has had. And coaches obviously recognizing that competing in the Junior Grand Prix is worth it for the experience, but ideally everybody involved in this team would have had longer to prepare.
Let's take a look at some of the elements in this program. Here's the double axels. Touchdown by Nikola. They managed to get back sort of together. Oh, and then she takes a fall, just unexpected, but you have to catch up and get into this twist, and she does. The twist comes in, get a level 1 out of that. That's good. There's a group 4 lift. Such a strong young man. That elbow is locked and secure. And that comes in at a level 3. Group 4 lift. Some of the steps here as well. This is just in at a level 2. The last element. And surprisingly enough, a number of pair teams have the step sequence as the last element, which you don't often see.
It'd be interesting for me. I've choreographed a few pairs programs, and the challenge is always just trying to squeeze every element in.
Yeah.
When the preparation time takes up so much, and that's why it's so interesting to see even Kirsten Murtar's last week, watching back to see the quality of the transitional content whereby you don't sense any preparation.
The scores, please.
The short program scores for Nikola and Oliver 36.42. That will put them 14th in the short program.
Kubacak from Slovakia have earned the short program 36.42 total points.
Again, just sort of starting out, you need so many hours and so many years in some cases just to become one team, one unit. And skating out as we take a look at the final standings in the pair short program. And up next will be the men's short on this first day, long day of events here in Gdansk. Well, that concludes our coverage of the pair short program. Up next, the men's short will be back to the ice in just a little bit. Stay with us. For all of us here at the ISU, I'm Ted Barton along with Mark Hanratty. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the men's short.